As I mentioned it in the previous video, we can use Chat GPT to criticize the quality of our code. So basically, at this moment, you have all the necessary knowledge to write a solution for this problem on your own. It's very similar to the previous one. So you can follow step-by-step algorithm to solve the solve this problem. And after I have created my code with all the changes, all the ideas that we discussed in previous videos, I asked Chat GPT to evaluate the quality of my new code. And basically, the evaluation was very good, saying that I used several best practices principles outlined in the style guideline for Python. You can stop the video and read through the description to better understand this, but I will go directly to the code. So basically, as I mentioned, I love to have some visual reference for me for the length of the line and avoid creating very long lines. Next step, we declare constants. Constants should be written in capital letters, and variables should be created in small lowercase letters. So we declare all the strings that we are planning to use. So why this is important? It's a principle of modularity. So if later your client comes and tells you that they would like to change something in the previous idea of what exactly should appear to prompt the user, or what kind of error message you should give. So they are at the very beginning of your code, and you can easily change this. More than this, when you are creating your program, what exactly is written here is not that important. But having a good reference, very descriptive reference, this is very important for you, and the name could be not that long as the string itself. And normally it's the case. Sometimes it's inverted. Sometimes our descriptive string is longer than the string itself, but it's better to avoid always to have any hard coded numbers or string or any other variables in our code, and we should prefer using constants or variables in the main loop or inside the logic of our program. Once again, we have infinite loops to ask and to validate the values that we receive from the user. So we will do this 3 times. I am not sure if I already said this, but I think it's very important to repeat why we are doing 3 independent loops. Imagine that a user will give the right value here, the right value here, and the user will introduce any kind of error on the third one. So basically, if you are doing this in only one loop, it will force the user to input all 3 values. Doing it independently gives you more flexibility. First of all, it's better user experience, and also you can give more descriptive and more adapted error message or input message if you are doing this separately for each value that you need to store. And this is not that important. It's basically the mathematical formula. The main difference from the previous one is that we are using number of payments in month. Normally, user will give us the long term in years, so we need to multiply by number of years. So basically, if we know that this is the case, I saw some people do like this. If you remember. Oh no, sorry. It's not the case because we are not using the same name here. So it's not valid. But we could use long term here. Without introducing a new variable, and then use this long term everywhere here and here. And it will give us the same result. So basically, it's up to you to choose which approach you would prefer to use to work with this variable. Once again, we are using a new formatting for string. Basically, that's it, what I have to say about monthly payment problem. Thank you.